Hey guys, welcome to the video. It's Simon the Watch Guy. Today I am super stoked. I'm really excited. Thank you for joining me to review this one. This is the W217H, and this is the spiritual successor to the F-91W. Let's talk about the F-91W first, just really quick, because I think you need to know about this one before we do delve into the W217H. So the F-91 is an out-and-out classic watch. My gosh, where do we begin? This was a 37.5mm lug-to-lug, 33.5mm wide, and then it's just a 9.5mm thick watch. It weighs just 20 grams. By comparison, the W217H is not huge, but it is definitely significantly bigger, and the W217H is 43.1mm lug to lug, 41.2mm wide, 10.5mm thick, and it weighs 32 grams. When they're in your hand, the weight difference really is negligible. You genuinely, yes, you can just about feel that this is heavier, but let's be honest, 32 grams in a watch, it's nothing really, is it, guys? So the F-91, this watch came out in 1989, and this was actually modelled after a 1984 model, which was the W240. And why is this watch so loved among watch enthusiasts? Well, it's basically because it's one of the most affordable watches I think ever made. No matter your watch budget, you can almost definitely afford this. It retails around about between £6 and £10, or $6 or $10 pretty much. And this particular one, I purchased this way back in 2014, and this is the exact same watch. It's still going on the same battery, 7-year-old battery, it's still going. Absolutely phenomenal by anyone's standard. It really is phenomenal. It just hasn't missed a beat. It's, as you can see, I've worn this a fair bit, but it's not really scratched. It really isn't scratched at all. And I've used this swimming. That's the other thing. This particular watch, this one went for, wow, I think this is only a 30-meter water resistant watch, and I've worn this underwater, in the shower. I banged this like you wouldn't believe. Again, I've owned this for 7 years. The problem with it, and this is where we enter the new territory with the new watch, is that this watch is unfortunately small for many wrists. There it is on my 7.25-inch wrist. If I just zoom out a little bit, it does definitely look a little bit too small, and it's such a shame because the design is absolutely iconic. The price point, you just simply cannot fault it. It's, in my opinion, it's arguably it probably is one of the best watches of all time. It really is. And the resin strap actually broke, so I've replaced it. But guess what? It was about £3, $3-4 to replace the strap. These things are indestructible, pretty much, within reason. Now, fast forward to the W217H. Let me put this on my wrist. I'm going to give you a wrist shot to start, just to kind of give you guys some comparison. There it is again, 7.25-inch wrist, and it just looks significantly better. It really does. I mean, let me just compare the two. When you compare them side by side, you can really start to see that it's almost like a father and son's watch for me. I don't personally have kids, but if I did, I would be giving them this F-91, and I would be wearing this one, because it just feels like the bigger, the older, more mature watch of the two, and I think that's what this is designed to be. For years and years, people have asked Casio, please produce a bigger F-91, And I think they've gone ahead and done it. Now, let's talk specs, because this thing, as you would expect from Casio, is no slouch. In fact, the specs, again, arguably are much better than the F-91. So what are we looking at? Well, it's 50-metre water resistant now. So although, let's be honest, this one, despite being just a 30-metre water resistant watch, I've worn this in the bath, the shower, I've gone swimming. It's never caused a day's trouble. But technically, you probably shouldn't be able to do that, really. But hey, I have, and it worked. But this one is 50 metres, so you've got real peace of mind now. So when you do, go swimming, when you do go into the shower, you do some dishes, this just is almost certainly going to be fine. Whereas this one, you were taking a risk, but with the big brother 217H, it should be totally fine. It's got a totally different LED light, which I will show you a little bit later on. It's got a daily alarm, sadly just the one alarm, but that's enough. I don't find that a problem. It's got a 1/100th of a second stopwatch. The capacity, it goes up to just under 1 hour, 59 minutes, 59 seconds. And then the kind of mini microseconds there goes up to 99, which, so again, just under 1 hour. Let me just check something. Sorry, is that correct? Have I told you? Yeah, that is correct, I think, isn't it? Let me just... Hang on, this might be 59 hours. I'm going to have to check this now. I think, is it 59 hours? I think this is 59 hours. I'm sorry, I said under 1 hour. I think this is 59 hours. I was just getting my bearings. Of course, I haven't timed something for that long because I just simply don't need to, but you can if you want. Measuring modes, it's got elapsed time, it's got split time, and then first and second place times. I never use that, but hey, it does. The calendar on this is set to 28 days, so in those months, February, it's going to automatically going to be fine. Apart from if there's a leap year, same issue as this one. If there's a leap year, you're going to have to reset that date yourself. 12 and 24-hour formats now. They've changed the button for this. Yeah, it's that top left button now, whereas in the past on the F-91 it was the lower right button, but now it's changed. Apparently Casio changed the changed the button layout on this because people complained they were hitting the lower right button. Now I'm gonna guess that's right-handed people who wear the watch on their left. I'm a left-handed person, so that just never happened to me ever. But hey, Casio have changed it. I kind of wish they didn't. I wish they left the original layout. Quartz watch, as you'd expect, accuracy is 30 seconds a month, plus or minus. Battery, you're looking at a CR2016, so it's pretty affordable, really, if you do need a new battery. Battery life is said to be 7 years, which, let's face it, it's no big deal, is it, in 7 years' time if you need to get a new battery. This came out in 2017, so if you did purchase one in 2017, you're probably looking at around about 2024 to get a new battery. I've just purchased mine, so technically I should get until about 2028. But Casio are always, I think they always underrepresent just how long the battery lasts in these watches. So it wouldn't surprise me if we actually get more, especially if we don't use the LED light. Module is 3454. So the module is just what basically makes the watch tick, makes the watch work on the inside. Now, a quick bit about this watch. It's super, super difficult to get in the UK. It really is. I mean, luckily I was able to get someone to source this for me from the US. But it's really difficult. It's just, I have no idea why. Maybe not enough people know about this. But it's a very difficult watch to get hold of. Let me put it back on my wrist. Just before I do, I just want to mention that the resin straps they're quite nice feeling. They do feel a little bit cheap, but hey, what do you expect for about $20? They have these little resin kind of guards in the same way that a G-Shock does, if you can see that on the camera. And what they do is they help to contour the watch around your wrist. Let me just show you. So when you put this on, you can't really see it when it's on, but it's created like a kind of like a dome, an arch around the wrist. It's quite nice, quite nice feeling. Nice and super secure. Many different adjustments, so you're almost certainly going to be able to find the appropriate one for you. It does have a Casio branding stamped into that plastic clasp. All in all, it's a fantastic watch, and I genuinely do think, I really do think it's better than the F-91. The shade of blue is actually a little bit darker, a little bit more thin. So it's kind of, I think they've tried to tone down that kind of like toy look, and it's the kind of watch where I was thinking before I made this video, if someone worn this and they were earning, £1 million, £2 million a year, and they were earning, crazy amounts, and they just worn this, I wouldn't look at them and think, why aren't they in a Rolex? Why aren't they in a high-end luxury watch? This just makes sense, and that is how Casio have kind of marketed it. It just makes sense. It doesn't have drilled lugs anymore either, by the way, so if you do want to replace the straps, super easy. Notice the straps do flap about a bit, whereas on this F-91 you really got to put some force into. I don't know if it doesn't really make any difference. I'm just pointing out that the F-91 straps, they were really quite tight, whereas these are a little bit more loose. Doesn't really make any difference, but the fit is a bit of a nicer feel on this watch. But hey, it is more expensive, it is bigger and hopefully better, so that's just something to be considered. Really difficult to get hold of. I don't know if these are going to be in production for very long, hence why I've really tried to get hold of one of these. Super excited to own it, and I think I'm going to give this quite a lot of wrist time at some point. The only other thing I'll try to show you on the camera, let me show you as best I can, is that light. And it's really difficult to show you this. Maybe maybe you might need to check another video of somebody else where it's just too light here to really give you a good glimpse of this one. But just rest assured, it really is completely visible in the dark. It's a very legible watch. Overall, I highly recommend this watch. If you can get one of these, even if you get a different colour, they do it in a different colourway. I don't like using the word colourway, but I'm going to go with it. They do different colour schemes, so gold, silver. I think there might be another one as well, I forget. I went for the blue version because it just looks so similar to my beloved F-91. If you can get hold of one of these, I strongly recommend you do. Again, I don't know how long they're going to be in production. Because they're difficult to get hold of, it makes me wonder how long Casio will produce these. So rather than wait, seriously, throw your money at these, get one now, and I will be blown away if you don't enjoy this. For the price, for the kind of legacy, the history of the F-91 and now this, I'll be just very surprised if you don't like it. It gets a thumbs up from me without saying. I can barely fault the thing. I think I would be in the wrong to fault this. The only potential fault, not fault, but the only thing that irks me a little bit is the button layout. I wish they'd have kept it the same. And then maybe the actual sides of the watch, they do sound a little bit cheap, but what can you expect? Again, you're not paying hundreds and hundreds of pounds. You're paying a relatively low budget price for a watch that's going to last you a very long time. Once again, here's the comparison with the F-91 and the W217H. You can see them side by side. And then finally, I will just put this back on my wrist. And I will just show you again how it looks. 7.25 inches is the size of my wrist, and I have got plenty of strap left. And I like to wear it a bit like this. That's actually a bit loose. Maybe I could put that a bit higher up. There we go. There we go. That's exactly how I would wear it. And it's absolutely perfect. The lugs, a watch is supposed to wear, ideally, with the lugs not going over your wrists. And as you can see on this, it just absolutely fits me like a glove. What can I say? Thank you for watching, guys, and I will bring you a review of the Apple Watch because I've just heard one or two people after a review of this, so I will bring you this in the next one. This is just a fitness watch. It's I know for some of us watch purists, oh god, a fitness watch, what's going on? But there is a place for them. They are part of the story of history and horology. Watches telling time, and it does make logical sense that watches have gone this way, not just digital, but now heart rate, heartbeat trackers, and location, and all of the other stuff that comes with it. So yeah, I will do that as well, and then we are at the end of the channel, and I will produce one final video that shows my final watch collection after all these years, and then I think we're all good. The watch collection's under control, and I am not in the throes of watch collecting, and I've kind of got that under control. I've recovered from my watch addiction. You'll be glad to know. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I will see you in the next one. Take care, have a fantastic day, and thank you for joining me as we've looked over this W217H from Casio.